Hey, this is my second Photoshop video. Um, this one is of I'm guessing she's Thai fighter, Muay Thai fighter. Could be just a kickboxer or something like that. I don't know. Little history on the video, the picture. I found this picture maybe like 2 years ago, something like that, and I was looking online for references of women. Before I do this, the background, I just want to go over the what I'm doing right now. So I'm doing the whole blocking out that I usually do that I didn't have in the video of my first video. I didn't record it right, and as you can see, like I said, I block everything out with black initially, and then I go in and start adding in sort of features or whatever with a different shade. And I'm gonna get to a certain point, and then I am going to think like, oh, this is not right. Let me start over, um, because the proportions didn't seem like they were matching up quite well. So yeah, so there we go. I got rid of all of that. Start over again. I think I start over maybe 3 times. So I put this line in here so that it could give me some type of help. Okay, so I guess I start over 2 times. Give me some type of help on where different parts of the body should go. Because initially I was kind of just like riding blindly, I guess. But back to the picture, the original picture. So I was looking for reference pictures to do uh, of women, and I guess I might have been on I might have been on Getty Images, but now I'm thinking about it, it was most likely probably Flickr I was on, and I think I initially started looking for like um, I was looking for military women, just to help me with an idea, so I have a nice little reference for that. But then um, I don't know. At some point in time, I saw this picture, and I thought, man, this is another one of those nice pictures, nice shot. I like the way um, she's sort of carrying herself. You know, she's all bloody and stuff. I have no idea who she's fighting and if she's winning or not. But she's bloody and she's not. You know, she doesn't look like she's gonna give up anytime soon. She's gonna keep fighting until she wins the match. So I really like that. You don't see a lot of pictures of women in sort of distress situations that involve them defending themselves, not them in a distress situation where they're waiting for somebody to defend them or somebody to protect them. They're actually, um, fighting for themselves. Not saying there isn't any, but I don't see it that often. And so when I do see it, I think it's great. So that's pretty much the main reason why I chose this picture. And yeah, so like I said earlier, it's been sitting around for like 2 years now, I think. It might have been longer than that. Um, and I've just been sitting on it. And so after I did the first video, I was like, I should probably do this one next. So I got to this. So as of right now, I'm trying to block everything in, and I'm having a hard time figuring out how to how to match everything up, especially proportion wise. Um, if I don't have any real good point of reference, I guess, because she's not exactly touching anything. You know, the top of her head is touching, but her left side, her right side isn't touching anything, and her left side is definitely not touching anything. The elbow is coming close, but that's about it. So I can't. It's harder for me to figure out where things go um, because of that. Now, if I was going off of just anatomy wise, this would have probably been a lot easier for me to complete. But because when I go at the pictures, I don't go at them um, most of the time off of anatomy. Um, I run into a situation like this. So normally I don't when I'm doing like a scan or anything, I don't usually black in the shades like this. I usually blend as I go. So if I put in the mid-tone, yeah, I'll just throw in the mid-tone. But if I'm putting down like a highlight or a shadow, then when I put it down, I start blending it already. Like I'll start blending it right after I put it down. Whereas this, I put the shades down, put the mid-tone down, I put the highlight down, and I just leave it alone for a while. Just did, and I did it just so that I would have more more of an idea of where things should go. So now I got the nose in the spot that I think is going to be the right spot. I got the eyes where they need to be. I think, I got the mouth where it needs to be. And so because of that, then I can keep looking at her face and then putting in where I guess the blood should be or where the hair should be, and it makes it much more easier. And I put the shades down just because that's going to help me out too. Um, and it helped me start to see her in the picture instead of just seeing a blob, and then it gives me a better feel for the picture. And the reason I just took the shade off is so that I could see if any of the color is going off of her face. Like it's not I mean off the if I when I raced, I didn't miss any spots basically. And if the edges of her body and stuff um soft instead of being hard lines. Because when I do the racer, I don't use a soft brush for the racer. I just use a hard brush. So when you use a hard brush, it leaves a really hard line, and to me, it doesn't look good when it comes to um, having the edges of pretty much anything, except for maybe like a hard surface. But for like people and fabric and stuff, soft surface stuff, I like to have a um, soft edges. So after I do the eraser, then I have to make sure that I go back over that line again, so that it gets a little softer. So that's some of what I'm doing right now. I'm also trying to fix the glove. The new the gloves are going to be one of the hardest parts. The shirt itself is mostly just really dark, just black, so that's that's not gonna take that much effort. But the gloves, they got a whole bunch of blending that's gonna have to get done. The the right glove has text on it. Um, uh, the right glove also has a little bit of texture on it near the strip, the white strip. So knowing that, um, I'm kind of dreading. I'm trying kind of dreading doing it. Also, that left hand, which I'm doing right now, caused a lot of problems too. Um, caused a bunch of problems. They keep redoing it and redoing it. Yeah. Every time I was doing it, it kind of didn't look right, so I had to do it again. That arm, that's probably like the biggest problem of this video. This picture itself was the left arm, our lead arm, and that glove and the position of it. So like I said, the shirt is pretty simple. It's just um, some quick lines going across it, and then that's pretty much it. There's those lines, and then the K and whatever. That's about it. Oh, the face was kind of hard too. Um, I kept redoing the chin, and for whatever reason, I kept trying to round it off. Her chin is rounded, but it's by the time it gets towards the lip, it's straight up and down basically. But I kept rounding it backwards, even from the lip, which caused a bunch of problems. Um, Doing this ear too, uh, it's a little complicated. The picture the original photo was a screenshot. So because of the screenshot, because I couldn't get it off I couldn't get the full size off of the picture site that I was on. This photo is pixelated and it makes it harder to see the detail of the ear. So I have to kind of guesstimate certain things um, when I'm working on a picture. It's like the eyes and the mouth because it's so pixelated. Oh, another thing though, I was kind of worried about was the blood. Since it's one of the more prominent things on her, or at least that's what I think. It's one of the more prominent things on her. I had to really make sure that the blood really stood out at the whole time. Also, when I was doing this, um, as you can see right now, I'm trying to blend all the edges in, um, so it looks a bit smoother, and try to match up some of the blood. Um, I was considering changing the brush because it's easier. Well, I think it's easier to get the whole you get the whole blending look off of a soft brush, a soft round brush, than you would get from the brush I'm using, which is like my main brush. Um, you get a better look off of it. But as I started working on it more and more and more and more, I started getting the blending to look a bit better. See, like around the neck, it kind of you can see the sort of the marks. I guess that's what a painter would have, the paint strokes. But I want to get rid of those and have a more of a smooth look. But as time went on, I started getting a little better. It me added some texture and I thought I might have needed it, but wound up not really needing it. I think towards the end. I was gonna fix the flare on a shirt, because if you look at the original photo compared to what I have, the flare is a bit more um, than the original photo. But I thought that it doesn't look bad or anything like that. So because of that, I thought, just keep it in there. Just leave that and let it be accented a little bit. It add a little bit more of my own um, creativity to it by keeping the flair in there. Like I said in another video, like the most important thing for me is, as of right now, is to make sure that whoever's viewing the picture, um, either viewing it by itself, the one I created by itself, or viewing it with the original photo, that they can see that it's that person or it's that thing that's that's in the original photo. As long as it's looking like the thing that's in the photo, then I'm happy with it as of right now. And then as I get better, then I would want it to match up even more towards the photo. So here we go again, fixing the arm. I did a lot of finger measuring when I was doing this. For the arm, for the face, which still needs to get fixed. It's gonna get fixed on a little bit more later on. But yeah, redo the glove again and the arm. Yeah, I had to do a bunch of measuring to try to get the arm right. Try to get the angle right too. And so, like I said before, that rope is in the background. That line going down basically the middle of the picture really helped out with me figuring out where the glove should be. So I could use the shirt to match up some of the glove, but if the shirt isn't matching up with the rope, then that's going to throw things off too. I go fixing the chin, trying to fix the chin anyway. And there we go, something to make it look a little better. I actually think I might not have fixed the chin up too good at the end of this. Oh yeah, I was looking at the photo from the preview, and it looked a little too light. So this is me just basically trying to add some more darks in, um, because of the light spots on her skin. It's probably her arms from the sunlight. So her face is actually rather dark compared to it. So I had to take my time and darken that stuff up. And I need to get better with these ears. Realized that the ear was looking a little too big, and try to fix it up again. And some more darks. Fixing the eyebrow. So I had it tilted tilted the wrong way. So I had to fix that. And that is another, the eye being too bright, and the tubes being too bright. Yeah, these breaks, I don't know what I'm doing, but at times when I'm working on these pictures, I need to take a break. I should have paused it, I guess, or just made a new video, but I didn't think about it until just now. But yeah, I like to take breaks in between so that I don't like burn myself out, you know. And when I go to hop back on, I'm sort of like refreshed. I don't really be sitting in down here that long when I'm working on a picture, I guess, compared to other people probably. They probably work on a lot harder than me. Um, so each session of mine, I think the longest amount of time I did in a session was maybe 4 hours sitting there, and the majority of them were about 2 hours, um, 2 hours of work. So it's not that long, but I need a break, so I like stop and check messages and stuff like that. Finally saw that hopping on the glove, and I just wanted to put down the basic shades down. So you got the white, the brightest side, you got the darker side, and then you got the mid-tone in the middle. And all these colors are probably going to, I mean, all these shades are probably going to switch up. Um, that dark might stay, but I think pretty much everything else changes. The dark gets darker, the light gets a lot brighter, um, and I think the midtone is this. I think the midtone becomes this new gray that I'm putting down right here. Like I said before, I was worried about pulling this off because this looks like it's a lot of it's gonna be a lot of work, and I wasn't sure I'd be able to pull it off. But I think before, a couple of years ago, I would have got to this point, and I would have really been like self-conscious about it, and I would have put it off. I would like put it off, or I would have maybe not done it, or something, you know, because I've been too worried about messing it up. All right, here's the part where I'm thinking like, I'm not blending this good enough as of right now, so I'm probably gonna have to pull out a different brush. I'm probably gonna have to pull out a round soft brush because it's blending, but it's not blending too well compared to what I remember how a round brush would look, round soft brush. And so add some more darks. You can see that it's not dark enough. And slight, I guess you could call this a little bit of detail, but this is just to get, um, just like the face, just to get an idea where things are, so that when I really start going in and trying to blend in the highlights with um, trying to blend in the highlights so they transition into the darks, that I will have an easier time figuring out where it should go. You go adding in the new highlights. And right now I'm still worried about the sign because I could have left it. That's another thing. Back a couple of years ago, I might have left the words off. I might have just been like, you know what, just having this there is good enough. Just having that little patch is good enough. Just having that highlight is good enough. The way it looks right now, that's good enough. You know, you can tell it's a boxing glove, or you can tell it's a glove anyway. You can leave it alone. But this time I went for it. Even adding in some creases, try to add to it, try to add some more detail or realism to it. Putting some more darks. Man, it's kind of hard to see with this the way the video was shot. I mean, um, the way the video looks, but back in the day, I might have skipped out on this band also. But now I feel like no, I should do as much as I can instead of trying to skimp on things. Do as much as I can. If it doesn't turn out exactly the way I wanted it to turn out, that's fine. You know, just keep working on it until it gets up to as good as I can get it. It might not be exactly what I want, but as good as I can get it. And then the next time I do a picture that's similar to that, you know, I have a better idea of what to do, and I might be able to pull it off that time. But you know, if I don't try it, you know, I'll never, I most likely will never be able to do it. So that's something I learned over this time of working on these Photoshop pictures, especially using just black and white. I started off Photoshop using just colors, um, just like coloring in line art, comic book art and stuff. And but even then, I was, you know, well, except for the line art, when I was doing portraits in color, if I couldn't, if I felt like I couldn't do something, just looking at the picture, I'm like, man, I can't do that. Then at times I would just leave it out and come up with some other way of, I guess you could say, faking it. But um, realizing, you know, you can't just keep doing that, or you're never going to get where you're trying to get to. So, all right, back to the picture. Finally started working on this arm because I've been working on that right arm for a while now. So I move on to the left arm, and I'm not quite sure how to get this shadow right because I'm still, like I said, I'm still thinking about that round soft brush to get the transitions, that the gradient look to be smoother than it is right now. And I think I had that idea of using that gradient, using the soft brush until maybe like the last moments of the picture. I was still thinking, man, I should. After this, after I do this part and do this part, then I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna use this brush and uh, I'm gonna fix it with the brush. But I'm glad. Well, in a way, I'm glad I didn't do it because it helps me to get a grasp of how to blend something with this type of brush and not having to go back to the round brush, especially since this is the brush I use pretty much all the time. So I need to be able to do pretty much everything with it. So once again, like I did the other boxing glove, lay down the highlights, the midtones, the darks, and sort of like rough it out first. No real blending going on yet, just adding in the color. And then after I got a good foundation in, that's when I start blending it in. Is another break. So yeah, I pulled it out just so I can see it, get a good idea how it looks at a distance. Check out the face, check out the arms, stuff like that. Saw that the arm didn't look right. Went back in to try to fix that, try to get it to blend better. And doing that while simultaneously looking at it through the preview. And like I said before, man, the preview, especially when it comes to shading and blending, it really helps out. Because if it looks good and that view, you can understand what everything is, and you can see the shading and stuff on the glove, and everything looks smooth right there. Then you're in a good position. Because pretty much any picture, if you get close enough, unless the person is like spending extra time on the very, very minute, if you get close enough, then it's going to look like a bunch of mush. So knowing that your average viewer isn't going to be that close, the most important thing is to make sure that it looks good at a distance. This is my idea. That's how I feel about it. You should have it looking good enough so that at a distance, a person can tell what it is, and they don't need no help figuring out what it is. You don't have to explain it to them. So I'm adding the hair, trying my best to get it close to, not exact, like I said before, not exactly what her hair looks like, but close enough. And then adding in some of my own creativity to it. And the hair highlights. So once I start adding on the hair, and I feel like I'm close to the end. I don't work on the hair until pretty much the end. This is like the midtones of the hair right here that I'm doing. Sort of the midtones anyway. And then adding a little bit more to fill in the gap. And then the only thing I have left really is the blood, which I'm about to do right now, and then the text. This is on the shirt and then the glove. So basically what I'm doing right now is just like the quote unquote finer details of the picture to add a little bit more to it. I thought I was gonna have a hard time doing this K and whatever that is, but it turned out to look pretty good. The first time trying it, I didn't have to redo it. It's just like this. I thought it said twins, but the more I looked at it, I'm not even sure anymore. So I just started like squiggling stuff in there, squiggling things that look similar to it, so that when you pull it away, you know, just like I guess that's what it is. So using the brush again to add in texture. I was thinking about doing that for this for the glove, and everything I tried, as you can see, everything I'm trying doesn't look right to me. It doesn't. It's not. I can't see any texture compared to the other one. So because of that, I just like, you know what? The blending is really what's gonna make it look right. I don't need to put the quote unquote texture, use a texture brush to get it done. So now I add in the extra rope at the bottom, and I'm thinking about doing the whole background. So I'm trying to come up with a brush to be able to do the spots that's in the background, but I can't do it right. So I'm trying to like I'm gonna do this, and then I'm going to like use some effect to blur it, and then erase out the part that's around her. That didn't work. So I'm trying to come up with an idea. Try to use clouds to do it. That doesn't look right. And so then I thought, you know what? I should just duplicate it. And there we go. Duplicate a little bit, blend it. I mean, blur it. Took me a while to figure out what the contrast was. I haven't used it in a while. Darken out with contrast. Blur it a little bit in the background. Fix the edges. Like I said before, make sure the edges are right. And try to darken up around the neck. So fix that up a little bit. Around the hair. Get some more shade from my hair. I tried to add in a little spot right there, but it didn't look right, so I left that out. And that's it. Sign my name, and it's over. Thank you for watching. I hope you liked the video, and I hope you liked the picture that I created. And there'll be another video coming. I don't know exactly when, but it'll be coming. Like I said, thanks again. Leave a comment, subscribe, all that.